Hello, welcome to Art Song Notes. My name is Cara Alfano. Today we're going to take a look at Se Florinda e fedele. I'm going to take you through the pronunciation of the Italian text, and then we're going to talk about what the text means in English. We'll talk a little bit about the compositional structure of the aria and some cool things that happen in it. And then we'll end with some vocal technique tips that can help you in your study of this piece. So let's get started. Se Florinda e fedele is from the opera La Donna Ancora e Fedele, and it was written by Alessandro Scarlatti in 1698 with text by Domenico Filippo Contini. Now, I think this aria is just fun and lively, and I love to assign it to my intermediate level voice students. I tend not to assign it to my beginning voice students because there are some tricky rhythms that can be challenging. I think that the tempo of this aria, the time signature, all the diverse rhythms, and the interplay between the piano accompaniment and the voice line make this piece a lot of fun to sing and a lot of fun to listen to as well. So let's now go take a look at the pronunciation of the Italian text of Se Florinda e Fedele. The pronunciation of the Italian text of Se Florinda e Fedele is as follows. Se Florinda e fedele, io mi innamorerò. Potrà bell'arco tendere, il fare tratto arcier, ch'io mi saprò difendere da un guardo lusinghier. Preghi, pianti e querele, io non ascolterò, ma se sarà fedele, io mi innamorerò. So the idiomatic translation, as provided by Dr. Arthur Schupp in the anthology 26 Italian Songs and Arias, is as follows. If Florinda is faithful, I shall fall in love with her. Cupid can well draw his bow, but I shall know how to defend myself from a flattering glance. Pleas, tears, and laments I will not listen to. But if she will be faithful, I shall fall in love. So in the opera La Donna Ancora e Fedele, this aria is sung by the character Alidoro, and he is singing about the maiden Florinda. Now let me take a little side note here for just a moment. You, the singer, can decide if you are going to be singing to a feminine character, Florinda, or a masculine character, Florindo. And sometimes we'll see this in various editions of the song. Sometimes the song is entitled Se Florinda e Fedele, and sometimes Se Florindo e Fedele. It doesn't matter either way, masculine or feminine, because it doesn't change how any of the other words in the text are conjugated. So you can choose as the singer. Now, back to the opera itself. So Alidoro also sings about the character of Cupid, and he says that no matter how Cupid might shoot his love arrow, that it will make no difference to him. He knows how to battle flattering glances or pleas or tears or laments. Alidoro simply wants to fall in love with someone who is faithful to him. So now what does this mean to you, the 21st century singer? Well, I think the idea of the song can be boiled down to one main theme, and it is this. I don't want drama or game playing in my relationship, but rather I will fall in love with someone who is faithful and loyal. So now let's take a look at the compositional structure of Se Florinda e Fedele. The time signature of this aria is 3/8. I'd say the mood of this aria is joyful, and it has rather a dance-like quality to it. The form of it is in an ABA form, which was very prevalently used by composers of the 17th and 18th centuries. A notable aspect of this aria is the fact that in the A sections, the text Se Florinda e fedele, io mi innamorerò is repeated many, many times. And I would would say that this could demonstrate the singer's attitude and resolve toward their relationship goals of loyalty and faithfulness. Rhythmically, there are many places where beat 2 of a measure is emphasized over the traditional beat 1. We see this in that opening melodic phrase, Se Florinda fedele. You could hear how I emphasize the flow, Se Florinda fedele, over beat 1 on the word se. Another notable effect in this aria is the echo effect that we hear on the word mi innamorerò. We hear this fun interplay between the piano and the voice. Mi innamorerò, mi innamorerò. So whenever you have that echo effect, pay special attention to it and have fun singing it. Now, let me take you through some vocal technique tips that can help you in your practicing of this aria. Vocal technique tip number 1 has to do with the tempo, and that is keep it steady. With all the 16th notes in this aria, as well as the few quarter notes that might seem like they take forever to sing, it can be very tempting to speed up the tempo as you go along. So just be aware that you need to keep it steady. Vocal technique tip number 2 has to do with how you practice this piece. I would suggest sometimes singing this through on lip trills or tongue trills. This will help you learn what kind of breath support you need to support the phrases, and it will help encourage legato singing once you get to the actual words. Vocal tip number 3 has to do with the diction, specifically consonants. So in the word mi innamorerò, we have an example of a double consonant in those 2 ends that are next to each other. Make sure you linger on that double N sound for just a little bit longer than what you might want to. We also see T's in many of the words of this piece. Make sure that you keep those T's dental and you don't aspirate them. An aspirated T sounds like this, t, versus a dental sounds like this, the. So when you have the word potrà, we want to hear it that way, not potrà. Or the word tendere, we don't want to hear tendere. So just be careful of keeping all those T's dental. Vocal technique tip number 4 also has to do with diction, but now it has to do with vowels. So when you have a word that ends with a vowel, make sure you don't close off your mouth or move your tongue prematurely to create a diphthong. We want to hear the word fedele, not fedele, or largo, not largo. And then my last vocal technique tip has to do with what you think you are singing about. So make sure you know what you are singing about and then what kind of emotions that invokes in you. Do you feel resolved as you're singing this text? Do you feel nervous? Do you feel hopeful? Do you feel excited? Think about what this text means and then make sure you decide what emotion you want to use while you are singing this piece, because it will make a difference in the kind of vocal tone color you create. It will show up on your face and in your body language. So if you are clear with how you feel as you are singing this text, it will be clear to your audience. Thank you so much for joining me here in Art Song Notes today. I hope this discussion of Se Florinda e fedele has been helpful to you. Please check out some of the other videos here on this channel, and of course, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. Until next time, happy singing!